All right. I want to say, call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. May the Heavenly Father, love and mercy truly endure forever for Israel and Israel only, as it said in the Holy Scriptures. Right? It's your brother Yerumbia. Come back at you. Do to do a sit down. Kind of a update on one previously done, but we're gonna go back to the previous sit down just to go over maybe one or two things said. All right, let's go to it, where we got Dirty Joe right here talking about the vaccine, who they should go, and what community they should be pushed in the most, right? So let's hear him talk about more vaccination sites, more vaccination sites.
Where it needs to be. But it will mean that vaccines become available. As they become available, we'll reach more people who need them. We'll reach out and get the vaccine used. The second thing we're going to change, if we're getting more people vaccinated, then we need more vaccination sites. That's where we're going to harness the full resources of the federal government to establish thousands of community vaccination centers. On my first day in office, I'll instruct.
Right. So he said we need more vaccination sites, right? And I'll use the full extent of my power to have FEMA, and other places, other sources, force these sites, right? We're gonna talk about one of these sites in particular, but let's hear who he said needs these vaccines. Who are the people who are most affected, right, by the coronavirus? They need the vaccine shipped it in their communities the most. Let's see. It's like 140.
We're going to make sure it's done equitably. We're going to make sure there are vaccination centers in communities hit hardest by the pandemic, in Black and Latino communities and rural communities as well.
Right. So you heard it there, though. So Black and Hispanic, right, communities are hit the hardest, according to Dirty Joe, who's now president, hit the hardest by coronavirus. So they need the vaccinations the most. Now let's skip to this part, around 6 minutes. Right, where I was talking about sites and places of where they will probably do vaccination shots that has the virus, right? So it's kind of funny to hear him say that our communities are affected the most with this coronavirus, right? Yeah, I mean, when actually I'm in the community and nobody in the community is saying that they know anybody affected by it. So yeah, I mean, this is it's really just befuddling. It's just right. It's really just mind blowing. I mean, so I guess a lot of Blacks and Hispanics, you can expect to have schools, more than likely probably churches, I mean, and some other places where they actually start distributing this vaccine, right? Because like how you just heard Dirty Joe just say, right, our communities are affected the most by it. So we have to get it first, and we have to get it the most, right? So the reason why I played that last clip is it's not to brag or boast on myself or if anything or anything like that. It's actually to show that the God, right, that we serve, right, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right, Yahweh, that he is the true and living God, that he is the only God, right, that all these other gods that these nations have is all idols, right, and that we serve the one and true living God, right? And that he will be exalted in these last days, right? And he's going to be made, right, to be a truth bearer according to his holy scriptures, right? He's going to be made to be a truth bearer, and every man going to be found out to be a liar. Thus saith the Holy Bible. But now let's go here.
Now to the fight against the coronavirus and a new partnership that could help close the vaccine race gap. Health departments are now working with Black churches to host in communities which have been hit hard by COVID-19. I want to bring in the newest member of our NBC News Now team, Aaron Gilchrist. He joins us from the Second Baptist Church in Richmond, Virginia, where people will soon be lining up to get their shots this morning. Aaron.
And it's just funny because she said that, like, Blacks and Latinos getting the COVID-19 virus shot is going to close the gap of racial barrier, the racial tension, the racial fence, between us and these other nationalities. Like, that's just hilarious. Then, of course, they're going to have Jake that they just now hired push this story, right? This story about Black churches.
Morning, Aaron. First of all, welcome. We're so glad to have you make your debut here with us. Welcome to News Now. Welcome to Morning News Now.
Thank you. So happy to be a part of the team and to get going here with you guys, with you and Joe and all the folks at News Now.
Absolutely. We can't wait, and it will be so great. So we're so happy to have you here today. Now, first, tell us more about the church and how they're reaching out to help these underserved communities. What are you seeing there?
Well, right now, this church, Second Baptist Church, it's an empty parking lot. Things are going to fill up here in a couple of hours when cars start to roll in with people who already have appointments to get vaccinated. And I'll tell you, the effort here has really been to reach out to segments of the community here in Richmond that have been underserved in this vaccination effort. A lot of the folks who qualify right now, those senior citizens, 65 plus, have not had the sort of access registered and to get vaccinated here. And so this church, along with other Black churches in South Richmond, other parts of the city as well, have teamed up and started reaching out to their congregations and to the larger community to try to get people vaccinated. Today, we expect to see 3 churches participate in this effort. About 300 doses of the vaccine will be handed out here. I want to bring in the pastor of this church. This is Reverend Ralph Hodge. Good morning. Appreciate you being here today. I know that you personally have been a part of the effort to get people registered to get vaccinated. Literally, have you gone out and knocked on doors for folks who are 65 plus? Tell me about why the church is so important in this effort.
Our church has been in the area about 140 years. We are credible messengers. People trust us.
Hold up. He said that the church, right, that he's a pastor of, been in that community for 140 years. So why is all these places, what's this, Richmond, why is all these places flooded with drugs, flooded with gang violence, flooded with Black and Latino crime, right, flooded with abortions, flooded with broken homes, one parent homes? Why is all this going down in our communities? But the main thing that our pastor needs to worry about is that we get a coronavirus shot, right? That we take a shot. You've been in the community for 140 years. The community still is upside down, still drug infected, still trash all on the street, right? All this still going down, but you're gonna save us through getting the coronavirus shot.
Trust us. And so just the other day, I went to the senior facility. The medical professionals will be at Second Baptist. The health department will be at Second Baptist. If you need a shot, we're accessible. You know where we are. Come on over. It's not a hoax. It's not a scam. The professionals will be here, and we want you to get vaccinated.
And folks have told you that that's what they need to hear, right? That there's this trusted information from trusted messengers about the fact that this is a good vaccine and they need to be getting it.
Yes. And we're not the health professionals, but the health professionals are here.
Yeah.
And so they trust us that we wouldn't bring anyone to them that they wouldn't trust.
Okay. All right, Reverend Ralph Hodge, we appreciate you talking to us today. And I know you've got a lot of work ahead of you today. It's going to be a busy day. Again, as I said, about 300 folks that have signed up here already from 3 different churches and that senior home the Reverend talked about. And this is something that we're seeing happen very deliberately, Joe and Savannah, the effort to reach out to these underserved.
That's a good word. He said it's happening very deliberately, right? That they're deliberately doing this to us. And guess what? Our people is deliberately falling for it, man. Right? I mean, like the blind being led by the blind, right? And that our people is deliberately falling into that ditch.
These underserved communities, to these communities that have difficulty accessing information in many cases, transportation in some cases. They've been able to get them on the phone and get them registered, and they'll get them here vaccinated here today.
Now, Aaron, we've been talking a lot about how the big issues here are that lack of access and a lack of trust. Right there, we're seeing the access. It's a place that they're familiar with, a place they're comfortable with, that's in their community. And also, as we just heard there, they're getting trusted information from trusted messengers. So what's the response been like there this morning? Is this going to move the needle on people getting vaccinated?
In this case, yes, Savannah, I think it will. The Reverend was telling me earlier about the fact that he would call, when he called some of the folks that they knew, and this is not a public event, that they're calling specific individuals, intentionally calling them to get them signed up. And people said, I've had trouble getting somebody on the phone so I could get registered. Folks don't necessarily have internet access. And so this is doing exactly what these churches want to have happen, exactly what the health departments want to have happen, where people who can't get access are being contacted, and they're going to be coming in here and getting the vaccination and being safer for it. Savannah?
All right. And it's funny because
while it might take years,
and it's funny because like they're saying that our people is going there, and they feel more safe to take the vaccine because it's coming from safe people. Like, it's coming from people who they trust, right? I don't know why blacks and Latinos trust these crooked pastors, right? They never never show anything worth being trustworthy. Let's go here. And it's and the whole time she's shaking her head yes when she's saying when he was saying low finance, low community, low understanding on the information about coronavirus and the shots. The whole time the Edomite, she's just shaking her head like, yep, y'all don't know a lot. Yep, y'all community is trash. Yep. And he just happy to have a job. He forget a job, he just happy to be loved. I mean, by Esau. But yeah, let me go here just real quick. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they're raving wolves. Right? These are just Christian pastors. Verse 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs from thistles? Verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Right? And this evil fruit that the Messiah is speaking about is talking about their works. It's talking about their deeds. It's talking about these Christian pastors' mindset. All their mindset is really to destroy their own community, because they're not passing out no truth. They're not telling our people who they are according to the Bible, right? And a lot of them will know, but it doesn't matter though, right? It just doesn't matter. Verse 18, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Verse 19, every tree that bringeth forth every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is heaved down and cast into the fire. So all of these Christian pastors, right? It's heavy weight on your shoulders.
Because y'all want to go around, y'all want to claim to be men of God. Y'all want to go around and, you know, teach the people what you would consider to be the right way. It's a heavy burden on y'all shoulders, right? For misleading the people. And a lot of times, y'all do it for money, right? Y'all do it for silver and gold. Y'all do it for a namesake, right? So you can be somebody in this society that's going to be destroyed anyway. Like, I don't understand why you want to be something, you know, have a name in this society, you know, and then it's going to be destroyed anyway. But, let's go here. Isaiah 56, verse 10. The book of Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant, right? It said his watchmen are blind, right? The watchmen is supposed to be these pastors, right? They're supposed to be the people that warn the people, right? It's supposed to, that's what a watchman does. They warn the people when danger is coming, right? They're supposed to be the messengers set up to warn the people, right? And Christian pastors don't warn nobody. They don't warn our people about the coming destruction that's coming to America. They don't do that, right? They just tell them to try to prosper in a place where God said is going to be destroyed. Like, but they do the opposite, right? And we're supposed to be actually learning our lesson from our disobedience, from what we did in other captivities and other places, from turning from the Lord. This is why we're here in America. This is why we're here in captivity all across the world, right? Because we're supposed to be learning from our past mistakes, our past offense against the Heavenly Father, right? We're not supposed to be trying to live our best life. That's essential what these pastors do. Like, that's really what they do. They tell us to try to live our best life, and that's not what the Lord wants, right? The book of Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber, because that's what a dog does. You have a dog at your house that's supposed to warn you when danger is coming. It's supposed to bark, let you know. But the Lord said that these pastors just sleeping, right, and loving to slumber, and they got y'all being asleep. Verse 11, yea, they are greedy dogs. This is what the Lord said. He said that these pastors is some greedy dogs, right, which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. These Christian pastors don't get the breakdown, right? They don't understand what's going on, right? They really don't. They don't understand what's going on. They want to tell you that the Lord can do everything, right? Just believe in the Lord and he'll save you. Well, why can't he save you from coronavirus? Why do you need a vaccination shot then? If that's the case, right? And they all look to their own way. These Christian pastors, what they do, they all look to their own way. Everyone for his gain from his quarter, right? This is what everybody wants, right? From my gain, from my point of view, how is stuff going to benefit me? What am I going to get out of it? It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4. Start at verse 3. Book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, and verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. And that time is now, right? Our people don't endure sound doctrine. That time is now. We in the last days, believe it or not. And now it's just evident now, right? We are in the last days. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. So our people want teachers that's going to say smooth things, right? Just give them a nice little lullaby song, rock them to sleep, put a little pillow under their head, pat them on the back, make them burp. This is what our people want. They don't want to hear the harsh truth of reality. Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. This is what our people do. right? The pastors been did it. And now they're leading our people to do the same. Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. Right? These Christian churches is nothing more than a Disney movie. It's like watching the Disney Channel. It's nothing different. Dancing, shaking, neck laceration. Like it's just nothing but a joke. That's why our people, we have to turn to the Heavenly Father in sincerity and in truth. Right? Not just read the Bible for the parts, that make me feel tender and nice inside, warm, like a hot cocoa. No, we have to read the Bible and accept it for what it is. Everything that's in it. Right? Eat the bitter and the sweet. Not just parts that make us feel good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got though. But with that, hopefully brothers and sisters get edified. Till next time, say shalom.